face. I'll sit it over the place. Don't let nobody get in your way. Like your magic is your day. Africa will steer you wrong. House music all night long.
Say what?
House music all night long.
Say what?
House music all night long.
Say
House
what?
music all night long.
You in my hut now. Don't you know that? I house you. Don't you know? I house you. I house you.
Wah 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 wah.
Good evening.
Hey y'all,
What's going on? How
what's
y'all doing?
happening? What's going on?
How y'all doing
What's
out
the
there
tea?
in Snapchat land, Facebook land,
Yeah,
Twitter
we just-
land, Instagram, and
Because you know
what else is
everybody,
she saying?
everybody want to chit chat as soon as we start this.
And what other lands is out there? Recon land, FetLife, A for A,
Grinder,
Jack, Scruff,
Daddy,
Daddy for
yeah. What
Whatever.
was it? What was it? Men for now.
Men for
You know, I met
Black
this.
Planet.
Listen, let me tell you. I met this dude on Men for Now, like
Ass pig.
in 2000. Because I was still living in the old place, so that had to have been like 2003, 2004. And I knew I don't want to say his name because he might be watching. Let's say his name was Robert.
Hey, Robert.
In my phone, his name was something Men for Now. I like never knew
So
this
you,
dude's
but you,
real-
but wait, no, but
real
you did. I
name.
did the same thing. I was like, Jack,
Right.
Scrub, it's got to be on. I'm like,
And then
Robert. Which Robert is this? Oh, it's the Robert from. Okay, all right, got
right,
it.
and
Yeah.
then once I joined Facebook in 2009, he friended me, and he didn't have a picture on his profile, and I was like, so I, this wasn't before, like I like personally approved you personally approved every
Right.
friend request, but like I was like, who is you, and then he was like, oh, you act like you don't know me now, and I was like, girl, I never knew
know
your
you.
name. I mean, that was not the name you gave me when we first
Right.
met, and so that
You
was the
told me.
right. So
I
I was just referring to you by your name on Men for Now.
I got a couple of kids that still call me by my little name. I was like, what? You do know that's not my name, right?
Right.
They're like, oh. I'm like, okay.
So Epic isn't your real name?
They weren't calling me Epic.
Oh. It was just
We'll go with that. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
my middle name is Alexander and my birthday is March 26th, so it was Alex 326. So like listen,
Original.
I know it was so original.
I'm just
When
like-
we were this was before, I mean, yes, we're of an age where, this was before everybody had a we had cell phones, but this was like 1999, so you had a
AOL.
cell phone.
AOL.
So, if you wanted to type something, you had to hit the 1 3 times and then the 2.
AOL. That's
Yeah.
that whole login. Like,
So you would meet somebody in the club, and people didn't really text. People actually still called,
What's
even
up,
though it was
Kelly?
on the cell phone. So if somebody called me and asked for Alex, I was like, oh, I know them from the club
Like-
or whatever.
Listen, I lived with two friends of mine,
Mhm.
and I had another friend of mine that would come down all the time and visit.
Hey, Marshall,
So when he comes down, he would give folks aliases.
world renowned playwright Marshall Evans, y'all.
Hey, Marshall, how you doing? You have room in your script for me? Anywhere? I'm just saying. A character.
No, we don't have up for a dried up, dusty old black lady.
You should not be so down on yourself like that. It is not becoming. It is unbecoming of a lady.
That is so rude.
But so anyway, he would come down and he would use his alias.
Hey, Spesh.
And when he used his alias happened to be one of the names of one of my roommates. And so we had a house phone. So he would like have the date call the house phone.
Mm.
And so when you call the house phone, he'd ask for that particular person, and they answer the phone. They're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And
Like,
then
who the fuck is
right,
this?
but then he's sitting there trying to figure out like, which one are you? He's like, oh, you want the other one? Okay, he's not here right now. Click bye. Like,
Which sounds like a stunt.
it was
That
a
sounds
lot.
like
It was a lot.
stunty stunt.
It was like that was the 20s, living my best, my original gay life. Like, you don't know anything else. It's like, all right, let me see how this is gonna work.
Right.
But that's how that was. But anyway,
Good times.
today is Wednesday, February the 5th,
Yes.
2020.
Yes.
Welcome to the BGKH show.
Oh, you know what
Jeez.
we forgot to add to? This is why having a paper script is better, so we can add stuff. This is Black History Month, so what are we going to talk about? Let's talk about favorite Black movies this month.
We can add that, yes.
Okay, so you just remember that. Okay, keep going.
I'm sorry, I just blacked out. I had this whole vision.
Of you like stabbing me. Like, did this bitch just touch me?
I just had this whole
Did
vision.
he just
But I
touch me?
digress. I come back. So welcome to the BGKH show with Dominion and Epic. I am Epic.
I am Dominion, and welcome to Men on Films. Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
So it is officially Black History Month. Actually,
Yes.
in Black History, there's not only Black History Month. It's we celebrate Black History, or you should celebrate Black
365.
History 365 days a year. So let's be clear about that. But I am living for people that are doing some extra research on Facebook and posting some information. So Vaughn Allure has been posting some stuff on Facebook. Thank you, Vaughn. I appreciate you for posting these things about Sherilyn, about Mtume, about Stephanie Mills, about Evelyn Champagne King, like all these different things. So I appreciate that, Vaughn. It's great. It's great information. And some stuff I didn't know, and some stuff I forgot about. So I forgot that Nile Rodgers was a part of. I'm sorry, not about Mtume, but well, actually, yeah, about Mtume, but about Chic. Yes.
Yeah.
And so that there was two other people that were in the band that kind of switched off because of their contracts. And
Really,
then
I
they
didn't know all of that.
But they also had guest singers. Luther sang with them a couple times.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like a interesting stuff. So shout out to Vaughn for that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so since you brought it up, let's talk about that now. What about your favorite Black film for Black History Month?
All right. So, of course, Jackie Washington. Jackie's Back. You know,
Yes.
Of course. I'm trying to find a clip from the greatest Negro production ever made. It comes from remember our weekend. When we had a lovely weekend.
We've had several.
No, you go ahead and do yours.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say one of my favorite Black movies in honor of this month was Good Old Claudine.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. So the soundtrack was off the chain. So let me be clear about that. Absolutely off the chain.
Yes.
Gladys Knight was singing her face off. It was some good music. But here's one of the best scenes for me. When her oldest daughter came back in and she was
I've
drunk.
never seen that movie, so.
Oh my God.
I haven't. I'm sorry.
You have, so you've seen Jackie Washington, you've seen The Color Purple, right?
Of course
Okay,
I've seen
all
The
right.
Color
I just
Purple.
want to make sure
Come on.
I'm talking about some basic stuff here, but
Yeah.
okay.
All right, so.
But my
go
scene
ahead. So I
specifically
found
was
it.
the oldest daughter came back. She was the oldest daughter. She came back in from drinking all night, and she was drunk as hell.
Mhm.
And she got into an argument with her mother. She was sitting there trying to stumble. She was like, I can hold my liquor. If you've seen Claudia, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was hilarious to me. I enjoyed that.
Yes.
Besides that, I would actually have to say Mahogany
Yes.
is definitely up there for me. And also The Wiz, as well as Billie Holiday. So those, the Diana Ross in that role, and kind of watching, those are kind of.
You mean Lady Sings the Blues?
I'm sorry, Lady Sings the
Which
Blues.
I've not seen either. Sorry.
Can someone contact the officials and have Dominion Onyx's black card put on suspension for a minute, please? Thank you.
Rude. I mean, there's plenty of Black movies that I have seen.
But
It might be on a trial basis. We'll see what his black movie is that he's just nominating. So let's see.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and keep quiet.
All right. So producer, can you turn my volume back up?
Hurry up, you black bitch. Your ass belongs to me.
Turn it all the way up.
I'll tell you what you can and can't do with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I fell asleep. Shut up. Now you hoes sit down. I want to talk to you. Anybody Anybody thinking about leaving here is gonna find my left foot square up their ass. Do you understand it? Shut up, you junkie whore! I'm talking to you. Those two bitches that left, they
better learn to sell pussy in Iceland when I find them.
If I ever see them again, I'm gonna cut their fucking throats. We are a family.
And that's what we're gonna stay.
I got important business out there to take.
I can.
And when I call you, I want you to come out there and shake your ass.
Ass is proper.
You hear?
What's up,
Get out there
KG?
and make it look good.
And Raquel, get that fucking jacket off.
No, bitch.
Let me tell you, one of the greatest black movies ever
Junkie whore!
is Truck Turner, starring a post Star Trek Michelle Nichols. When she tells them ladies they bet, when she tells, and if them two
Junkie
bitches that left, if them two bitches that's left, they better learn to sell pussy in Iceland. Because if I find them, I'm gonna cut their fucking throats. And you sit there like, oh, horror.
Junkie whore!
Let me tell you. And then the scene when she's around the pool is like, this is my white bitch. This is she bring in $25,000 a month, and this is her twin sister. This is my other white bitch. She brings in $45,000 a month. These niggas take her pussy and they just love it. I'm just like, God damn, it's just so. It was so ethnic, and I was just like,
Junkie whore!
just love it.
So
I love that
We'll put
movie.
his card on suspension, pause on suspension.
And then another good one is The Mac. The Mac is so fucking good. I think it's The Mac. Richard Pryor is in it. And where the dude, the old pimp and the new pimp are fighting, and the woman goes and stands with the new pimp, and he's like, bitch, get your ass over here. And he was like, listen, nigga, your bitch chose me. That is like such real shit though, because I'm in the middle of a situation kind of right now. Like, listen, don't be mad at me. Your bitch chose me. So I don't give a listen. Listen. I have lived 49 years giving too many fucks about what other people think. So listen. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you big mad? Not you.
Yeah,
Not you.
I know. I'm just like,
Are you big? No, let me
You
look
have
at the
all the
camera. Are
points in
you
the
big
world.
mad? Or should I get you a cape? Then you can be super mad. So that's a good one. And then another one, it might be The Mac, but it's another one. Jimmy Walker is in it. Actually, Jimmy Walker and John Amos was in it. And they're sitting in the bleachers, and John Amos slapped somebody that was like, "Nigga, you gotta bring ass to get ass." I was like,
Do I remember that
I really want to get that on a t-shirt.
do I remember that movie? What is that movie?
It's one of them hood pimp movies from the 70s. So there's
Okay.
that. Then, of course, there's The Color Purple. You know, if The Color Purple comes on, it's just like a rap on
Well,
whatever
yeah.
I'm doing
First of all,
for the
I
rest
gotta
of the
watch
afternoon.
it. Yeah, I
So,
gotta watch it, and I'm gonna quote all the lines that I can, and
Right.
which there are very few that I can't quote. But if I'm having a real good night, I can kind of go with the movie. But
Yeah. Let's see. Other good black movies. You know, I only ever saw The Wiz once on like a screen about that size. I was watching it on because I didn't.
it has been reran like 172
I
times.
know, but I only ever saw it
Probably
once.
just
But
once.
I at least did see The Wiz. So there's Jackie's Back, The Color Purple. And then like my 70s blaxploitation.
Well, those are always
film.
listen. So
You know,
Superfly,
I didn't really
Superfly was
like
another
a
one.
lot of those Negro movies from like the 90s and the 2000s, like Love Jones and The Best Men's Wedding
We're gonna
and Best
go
Men
back on
Wedding
suspension,
2, you know,
Back on
starring your
suspension.
favorite whisperer.
Back on suspension.
You know, I ain't really care for those movies. It's not
Speaking
really
of,
bad.
are you trying?
But
to,
I have seen Menace to Society and Belly.
Yeah. That's all fine and dandy. You just mentioned my girl. Is that what you tried to do? You try to mention her? You just tried to mention.
I
Janet.
whispered about
you,
her.
you
Yes,
whispered
I did.
about her.
I
Okay.
did. Uh-huh.
Well, you know, every Super Bowl.
Oh,
every
listen!
Super Bowl is
Don't
Janet
get me
Jackson
wrong. Don't get me
Appreciation
wrong.
Day.
I'm 100%
Every
down with
Super
Janet
Bowl
Jackson
is 100%
Appreciation
Janet
Day,
Jackson
because
Appreciation
they still ain't done it. I mean, she's still a black woman. She's still a fabulous entertainer. She still paved the way. I just don't think she's a great singer.
Listen.
And
I'm never gonna sit
still
back
think
and say she's a fabulous singer. I'm not gonna say that.
What are they? Genitalia?
They or I.
What do they call themselves? Genitalia? What is it? What
They
is,
or I.
What is it? What is it, Jay? Is it genetics?
So there's several different.
Gen-
There's the J tribe.
Genetics?
There's genetics. There's the genetics.
I am
I'm
going to
just
go
listening.
with genitalia.
That. Or you can-
JANETALIA. The genitalia.
you are just cracking yourself up, aren't you? You are just cracking yourself up. You just get ready to just fly right out of here.
That is comedy, people. That is comedy. That there's the Beehive. There's the Beehive. What does Rihanna got? Rihanna has the Navy.
Who?
Yeah, Rihanna's fans are called the Navy.
I've never heard that.
Literally, they're called
No,
the
I mean
Navy.
I'm not saying that you're right or wrong. I'm just saying I've
And
never heard
Mariah Carey has her lambs.
that. Which is hilarious to me.
Her
You were
little
leading all them
lambs.
lambs to the slaughter. That's what you're ready to do.
Right. I don't know what Ariana Grande. I don't care what the fuck Ariana Grande fans call her. Aren't Taylor Swift fans like the Swifties or some bullshit like that? And then Janet Jackson fans are Janitalia.
No, they're J Tribe. That's what they are. They're J Tribe. They're genetics. But I'm here to represent because every Super Bowl from here on out, you will always think of her.
Listeners, is that not hilarious?
It
Janitalia.
is always going to be Janet Jackson Appreciation Day every Super Bowl. Thank you so much.
Janitalia.
But speaking of that, the
It's
Super Bowl,
hilarious.
Miss Shakira. And
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was fat. No, because girl,
What the hell were you doing this week?
I was falling in love with my friend Alexa.
Fuck that girl. Listen, all I'm saying is listen. So congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. You know they come from the great state of Kansas.
Right. Right. I don't give a fuck.
We're gonna put that one in there. But anyway,
Y'all president
listen.
done y'all.
Anyway, so Shakira and J-Lo did the halftime show at the Super Bowl this year, for Super Bowl 54. And
Come on, Crooklyn. Yes, Jessica.
it was phenomenal because I hadn't seen Shakira in a minute, and Shakira got up on stage and did her thing.
Yes.
Absolutely did her thing. J-Lo got on stage and absolutely did her thing. And while they were two hot Latinas that came on stage and they have their own lane and they do whatever the hell they do and their music is hot, they were on stage. You saw the differences between the two, and they did exactly what they were known for.
Yeah.
Miss Shakira did that belly roll. That was everything. But I'm gonna tell you what got me with Shakira. I didn't realize. I shouldn't say I didn't realize. I forgot how well she actually dances. Like she's a dancer, and I was getting down because in the costume changes at the end, she wound up on stage in a pair of gold shell toe Adidas. I said, Shakira.
And
You
did
was
she have
ratchet,
on-
you was hood rat. Like I'm
Didn't
here
she have
for it.
on the same outfit that she had on it as a cartoon in Zootopia?
And then there's that.
Yeah.
J-Lo. So listen, J-Lo.
Come on, Coolie High.
50 That's another one. Coolie High is another one.
I'm sorry.
But at 50 years old, J-Lo was up swinging on the pole,
yeah.
looking absolutely good. Let's start from the beginning. She had this black leather outfit on that was absolutely insane. It was like a black leather jacket with chaps, and it was all like a jumpsuit. It was amazing. Then she stripped out of that, had on this silver, silver lame designed bodysuit. It was all sheer, but the silver was on it. It was amazing. Her body looked great. She looked great. She was dancing. Her background dancers had these little black and white, like diagonal little tuxedo type things, and she did Get Right. Yeah, Get Right. And a couple other songs. But again, I was living for all of that. But she slowed the music down. She had the lights go off, and outside on the stadium, on the actual stadium on the field, they had these cages that lit up, and there was these children inside the cages.
Right.
Her daughter was up on stage belting out tune. Now listen, let's talk about somebody. Now listen, J-Lo, listen. I love you. You part of the Jam fam, and I'm here for all that.
She's a.
But
she's
what I'm getting ready to say is
genitalia.
your stage presence and the fact that you had these kids out there
no one
in the
no
cages that lit up, great. But when your daughter opened her mouth, not only did you introduce her to the world, but you basically told everybody that your daughter can sing and you cannot.
Oh, her daughter can sing really well.
She's like 9 and she's like belting out these tunes. I'm like,
Well, Mark,
like,
her father, the child's father is Mark Anthony.
well,
Mark
yes.
Anthony is a great
Well,
singer.
so listen, I'm not saying that she's some child prodigy,
He's
but
no
she
Julio Iglesias,
she
but
sings.
he can
She's
sing.
really and she's getting down. So J Lo decides in the middle of, while her daughter's singing, because they were singing "Born in the USA," she then pops open this red, white, and blue feather coat. That on the inside was the flag of Puerto Rico, but on the back was the United States.
Right.
I was like, okay, J Lo,
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Listen, I love J Lo. I would,
and I would love to see
pay
it,
a little bit.
I
wouldn't pay to see Shakira because I don't care that much.
Well, but
I
but
mean,
you-
let's put it this way: if I got tickets to see Shakira, I would go. I might pay to see J Lo.
I'll pay to see J Lo, and I would pay to see.
And I
Shakira.
might pay to see Shakira. I mean,
Yeah.
I have absolutely nothing against Shakira. I mean, it's
She Shakira also had a lot of the Afro-Cubano dancers behind her, and so they were doing this dance called I think it's the Chapeta, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And so they were getting listen, Shakira was getting down, J-Lo was getting down. I was here for all of it. They were some dancing hoes. They looked good. They sounded good. Their performance was amazing. I thought it was a great thing to actually have on stage, especially during this time. It was amazing, and I'm here for all of it. I'd like to see y'all do it again.
It was. I'm sure it was lovely and cute, but I'm sure it still wasn't as good as Beyonce. So
well,
I'm as much of a Beyonce stan as an almost 50-year-old man can be.
listen,
I'm not gonna. Here's what I'm not gonna do. I ain't gonna be getting into Twitter wars with bitches and filling their mentions with little B emojis and shit like that. But
and Beyonce.
I will watch the first. Ever since I watched Homecoming finally for the first time last November, I've watched the first 15 minutes of it like 50 times.
Oh, it's amazing. It's definitely amazing.
So, and I'm joking because I hate that we have to compare women. Women, every woman, every artist brings something different to it. So we don't have to compare Beyonce to Janet Jackson. Beyonce was better. To
Lies, garbage, and fairy tales. Did you hear that? Lies, garbage, and fairy tales. There would be no damn Beyonce.
Let me not say that because I don't want.
No, but that is
I don't-
true.
I-
That is true.
Whether that's
but,
true or
and
not,
I'm just
do not blow up my email box
Right.
because
But
I
we
like
don't
B.
have to-
I like Bay too.
All right, we don't. It's B. We don't have to.
Bay. That's what I'm
it's-
going to call it. Bay.
It's B.
Beyonce. That's what I'm calling
Wow.
her right now.
Okay. All right. So
But I
I'm just
like
gonna-
her.
All right. I gave you genitalia. You got Beyonce.
Are you feeling a little sensitive about Beyonce?
I mean, I'm not
Are you
like.
feeling just a little bit
I'm not
sensitive?
like pressed about it.
Like
I
you want to
mean,
call her C instead of B? Is that what you want me to call her?
Why we have to?
I mean, I'm just trying to understand. Is that what we're doing?
Beyonce doesn't even make any sense. Whereas genitalia is a logical extension of her name.
And
Just like you.
Beehive is a logical.
Her name is pronounced Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I cannot believe we're actually two grown ass men are having a conversation about this. But all right. But my point is, the larger point is that we don't need to force these women into competition against us. Same way that we don't have to have this argument. Again, I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl, so I didn't see Demi Lovato's performance
I did not
of
see
the
her doing the
national anthem.
But I heard it was really good.
I heard it was good too, but people were like, nothing will top Whitney Houston. I was like, but Whitney Houston is dead. Listen, I fucking love Whitney Houston's rendition of it, and back when I gave a shit about being an American, that shit used to like move me. But
I am not. Listen,
but what I'm saying is that
I'm not
can't-
disagreeing with you.
we can't continue to put particularly women in competition against each other, because there's a whole generation who never saw Whitney Houston's
That's true.
performance. So you can't every time somebody likes something try to steal their joy by saying, "Oh, but this person who's dead now or who's no longer
yeah.
famous, just let them have that moment."
Oh yeah.
You know, it wasn't like it was a terrible performance. It wasn't like you're comparing a terrible performance to a really good performance. Apparently, Demi did a really good performance.
did.
So you're saying that those performances were great, and just leave it at that. It doesn't have to be a competition about everything. And society is always trying to pit women against one another like that. Even in this whole who's better, Beyonce versus Janet Jackson versus, I mean, these women are from different eras,
Oh, yeah.
and they have access to different kinds of technology and different resources. I mean, they came up in an entire, I mean, Janet Jackson came up in that whole Motown, that whole Motown Detroit sound thing, and then she carried it on with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Whereas Beyonce came from this Houston, music scene. So why does it have to be a competition? Why can't they just both be great women of their own era? So,
I am 210% on board with that. I think that is great, and I find myself, I love both of them. Actually, all four of them.
yeah, I mean, now if you're gonna start talking about like Ariana Grande or some shit like that, then we're gonna have to fight.
Well, I do like some of the stuff that Ariana does.
Ariana Grande always looks like a child who stayed up past her bedtime.
She does, but she does create some good music. And when you don't see her face and you just listen to the music and her
Right,
voice,
it's fine.
It's amazing.
But like, see, because I was watching
one of our brothers, because Gray Owl, and I was like, really? Because I was like, and then I started listening to music and I was like,
okay, just pretend you don't know what this bitch looks like or
yeah.
anything.
But that
'Cause
high pony.
I was looking at, she was doing some video, or she was, I don't know, it was a Billboard Music Awards maybe like a year or two ago. And it was something where she was doing like a let's get physical thing and like a unitard and a high pony. And she was trying to give you sex kitten. But I was like, I feel like I'm watching.
She's a little girl playing dress
like
up.
a little girl or like kitty porn or something. Because she
Like
really
Keisha Knight
just,
Pulliam. To me, she never will grow up. She looks like a little girl trying to play dress up.
although I am a certified homosexual, I saw this picture of Keisha Knight Pulliam in a bra and panties on this, and I was like, God damn, Rudy done grown up kind of nicely. I was like, I shouldn't be thinking about looking at Keisha and looking at little Rudy
Listen.
and Rudolph. I shouldn't be looking at Rudolph this way.
I respect Rudy. I respect Miss Keisha Knight
And
Pulliam.
Keisha Knight Pulliam is like almost 30 years old, so
She might even be like, is she
Right,
40? Is she
No,
almost 40?
I don't think she's that old, because when we
There's probably almost a 10-year age difference.
so more, because remember the famous episode of The Wretched in Baltimore came out in 1986, which would have meant that you and I were 15 and Rudy was 10 years younger. So yeah, maybe
so
she would be.
I think
She will be almost.
she's close to.
She's at least 35.
Yeah, she's at least 35,
God
kicking
damn.
40 in the ass.
Rudy Huxtable
And
is
she's a mother.
almost 40 years old.
And she's a mother. She laid it with that damn sexy ass. What's his name? Ed Hartwell.
Oh, that's right. What's the Real Housewife of
Ed
Atlanta?
Hartwell. Listen, with that
Yeah.
high booty. Come on, Ed Hartwell.
Yeah.
High booty.
Anyway,
But
so where were we?
but yeah. So the performance and stuff. It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So
It was
Ariana
really
Grande, Little Child. Yeah. Okay.
It was great. But so what? Are there other black movies that you actually have? Because we were kind of jumping all around with everything.
Listen, I got like a billion. But of course, none of them can jump to my head right now. I'm looking back through my catalog of movies. I like. Did you ever see The Ski Trip?
I did.
Well, yes, that was a terrible movie.
I was gonna say I was. Well.
I actually did like Noah's Ark jumping the broom.
So everything Noah's Ark I liked.
Yeah.
Good, bad acting and all. I liked it. So I liked the whole series. What I also liked, another one that was good was Uptown Saturday Night.
I feel like I've seen that.
That was the one with Jimmy Walker, as well as
Richard Pryor's in that one, isn't he?
It's Sidney Poitier,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Pryor. Wait, is it Richard Pryor? Yeah, Richard Pryor,
Mhm.
Sidney Poitier, and also Jimmy Walker.
Oh shit! I am forgetting two of the best black movies ever made:
Are you talking about?
Harlem Nights and Boomerang. What?
Now listen.
Security.
I am
Security.
a product of
Please
just as
flag
you are. I love the
Epic
movie.
Onyx's
I love the movie.
Black Card.
I absolutely love the movie, and it's hilarious.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna sit back and say
That
I'm not
movie-
gonna sit back
First
and
of all,
say
that
it's a-
movie had iconic lines,
It did.
iconic scenery. I mean, there was just
It was a
so
good- listen,
much
it's a
about
part
that
of my
movie
collection.
that was iconic.
I'm not going to compare that. Granted, there are two
Mhm.
different types of movies, but I'm not going to compare that. I'm not going to put that on the same level as The Color Purple. I'm not doing that.
Well,
I'm
no,
not. I'm
we
not.
can't put
I'm not
a
even.
lot of these movies on the same.
Yeah, I'm not
level
gonna.
as
I'm not gonna do
Purple.
that. But as far as what it was,
Mhm.
yes, I enjoyed it because it also represented for me
Mhm.
that time period in my life. Like I was a young adult, well,
Yes.
young adult, college age, and doing my thing, and it very well could have been me that was going through some of the stuff that they were going through, minus the female part.
I was
And
going to say you was
You know.
working
But
at
at
a
that
top
point-
black cosmetics firm, and there was a old black woman who was trying to get in your drawers, and you met a crazy psycho black French bitch who was trying to fuck you. Is that after birth? BIRTH. It is English.
you don't make fun of my accent.
You are not gay. I know gay when I see gay. My brother, he is
You
gay.
don't want to fuck this.
You are going to turn down a pussy like this, staring your smack in your face.
Blah,
You're not
blah,
gonna
blah.
turn down this pussy.
She was like, I gotta lie. So again, it's comedy, and
Jacqueline says you really know how to move your ass.
So and again, I think it's a great movie, and I think that's why I connect to it because it was that time period for me.
If you look at her, I will beat your ass.
There was a lot of good shit, and the soundtrack was pretty phenomenal as well.
That soundtrack was
Soundtrack was pretty
everything.
phenomenal.
What that was? De La Soul was on that soundtrack.
It's my
You do. Come on, go.
Wait, was that not De La Soul?
Coordinate.
No, that's not De La Soul. That's the other guy. The other group. It's two of them.
Yeah, but that's sort of like jazzy.
Yeah, it is, but it
hip-hop.
wasn't De La Soul.
That wasn't De La Soul.
No, it's
That wasn't a Tribe Called Quest.
No, it's I'll tell you in a second. It's not. It's shit.
Anyway, Boomerang is still one of the greatest movies ever. It came out the summer that we turned 21. I was an intern at 3M in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I must have seen that movie.
PM Dawn.
PM Dawn, yes. That movie, I must have seen that movie at least 15 times.
Listen, I watch it every time it comes on, and again, one of the funniest parts of that movie to me was when she said. But it was the Thanksgiving dinner about the chicken and about the membrane. She said, "See, I told you they don't stink when you take the membrane out." It's like, okay.
And then you're like, he didn't marry me
For my cooking. And then he's sitting there trying to
Like,
console him.
Are
He's like, are they in the bathroom?
Are your parents fucking in the
He's
bathroom?
like, yeah, they fucking. That's all he can do. He was like,
All you
right.
can do,
Like,
all you can do when your parents come,
Like they
when
fucking in the bathroom.
You invite your best friend and your parents, and your best friend's parents are fucking in your bathroom.
listen, yeah, whatever.
Oh, and Coming to America.
So Coming to America is definitely
Yes.
one of those for me, and also School Days is another
Oh,
one
bitch,
of those movies.
How could I forget about School
Because again,
Days?
they have
Oh, God.
these epic scenes. Yes, these epic scenes and it was
Everything.
amazing, like absolutely amazing.
So our freshman year. So here I am sitting in the quad in
That's the
and-
first time you saw it?
no,
Oh, I was like, what? Okay.
but our the RA was an alpha. So it was already we freshmen at a historically black college, and he would just play that one scene where the alphas are doing the stuff at the probate show like over and over again. It was like, okay, girl, we get it. You love Alpha Phi Alpha. 06, we got it. Got it. And then he found out I was an architect. Did you know Vertner Tandy, one of the founders of Alpha Phi Alpha, was an architect? I was like, yes. Yes, I understand these things.
Can we put a period on this sentence and go to the next paragraph?
He was
please?
like he had like just pledged, so
I remember
you know
that.
brothers that just
Yeah.
pledge whatever the fuck it is they just pledge. They super hype up on it, and you just like okay.
So I can't even.
You can't even
I'm
front that you
laughing,
wasn't the
yeah,
same person?
because listen, I have a windbreaker that when I went over, when I tell you that thing it was a red windbreaker that had everything all up the
Still got it,
sleeves,
even
all
though-
on the other side, all up in
even though the shit is falling apart now, but
No,
you
no,
still got it.
it's just all across the back. My number and everything was like KSI. I was like, it was a listen. I probably wore it 7-8 times
Really, that's all.
because it was hot. It was a windbreaker.
Oh.
That bitch was hot. I was like, this is hot. So and then during that time, I was actually starting to hang out. So it wasn't like I could take a jacket to put on and be cool as I snuck out to the punk clubs. I was like, we're not gonna put this on.
No,
It was like, no, we're not
trying
gonna
to
put
get
this
your
on.
ass whooped.
So no, I wasn't gonna get my ass whooped. I just didn't want to
Well,
have
you had to fight. I didn't say
But-
it was okay. Whooped is the wrong word.
Well, yeah,
but yeah. So
but yeah.
school days, do the right thing.
So do the right thing.
You didn't really care for it.
Spike Lee. So one of his best movies for me was School Days.
Yeah.
Do the Right Thing. I have to watch it now as an adult to understand. Well, I understood exactly what was going on, but I
Right.
feel a little differently about it now than I did then. Because at that point, I was kind of like, we have to talk about this now. Like, this is a movie. Like, I'm trying to like.
Well, I didn't grow up in the hood like you did, so
The hood is all good with me.
that wasn't like for me, young freshman, might want to try to be radical Hotepish Dominion, just a tiny bit. I wasn't like full alkaline water, no
Let me
corn.
find out we got a junior Dr. Umar here.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But
Want a piece of
everybody.
bacon? Want a piece of bacon?
I absolutely did. But everybody at FAMU in the fall of 1989, because the soundtrack I feel like that movie came out in 1989, didn't it? Yeah, because School Days came out before
School Days came out like
in 86, 87. Do the Right Thing, I think, came out in the summer or spring or summer of 1988. Or no. It came out the year before, but the soundtrack was hot because I had the fucking soundtrack to Do the Right
Public
Thing.
Enemy.
It was 1989 because he says it right there. It's like,
1989
another summer. Sound of the funky drummer. Yes, so it was the summer of 1989.
And
so
Rosie Perez was
FAMU
shaking her ass like nobody's
Florida
business.
A&M University was on fire
Yeah.
that summer and fall. And so because I had never been to New York City. My parents didn't even really allow me to. I grew up in Prince George's County. My parents didn't even allow me to go into
What?
the city.
Maybe I was just a little, because I swear I didn't win. I've been. Okay, well, ain't nobody watching.
Yeah.
Listen, my ass was. Well, actually, I went with my parents, as a matter of fact.
Mhm.
My mom and them took. When my senior year, I was going to we went up to get my passport. And at that particular point in time, you can get your passport on the same day.
Right.
And so we rode up and we went to go. I have cousins that live in Jersey City, so we stopped over there. We went through the city. We did a couple things. So I mean, I had been to New York.
I had the first time I didn't go to night. The first time I was in New York City was actually right before my mother died. So my mother died on December 30th, 1999. I arrived in New York City for the first time on December 29th.
Okay.
And but yeah, so listen, Do the Right Thing, turned me out. I really love that. Malcolm X, really all of Spike Lee's movies, except not all of Spike Lee's movies, but some of his original movies, except I really did not care for She's Gotta Have It.
She's Gotta Have It was like a art school piece. That's what I felt like
Yeah.
it was.
And that's
I
how
think- I
it
think
was definitely giving me.
And I just didn't. I couldn't. I
art
was like,
school, like great art school production, and I feel like if I was in his class, I'd be like, this is really good. But just as a movie, I was just like, eh.
But I will say what became annoying and what I haven't begun to like about over the years, I began to like about Spike Lee's movies, his whole like viewpoint, especially when you see somebody floating down the street and they're
Yeah.
on the damn thing wobbling. I began to appreciate that. And also, even now, he's done some other movies
Yeah.
that I actually
Malcolm X.
enjoyed. enjoyed. Inside Man was amazing for me.
I didn't see that.
With he was a bank rob, Clive Owen, and it was you have to check. And that's definitely what you have. If you didn't know Spike Lee, like you'd be like this,
And
you know
You know what we forgot?
what?
Boys in the Hood. Now I'm not gonna take your black card because I could take it or leave it. I mean, I felt
that's
the emotion
just-
of it, but again, I could empathize with the character because somebody died and they were black, but I was like, that was so far from my experience
And that-
growing
yeah.
up in the suburbs in Prince George's County. So it wasn't like I grew up around almost exclusively black people. Most of the people that I went to elementary, middle, and high school with were black, and then I turned around and went to a black college. But that South Central, like I had never even heard of South Central LA until NWA came out, and that just wasn't anything that I was familiar with.
Well, so for me, the thing is, and even though I grew up in Philadelphia and spent a lot of time in North Philly, where I called home was Mount Airy, and although I had access to all of that stuff to get down in the trenches,
Yes, we know we can make it 2 hours, but then we'd have to pay extra money. So right now, we're going to keep it at an hour.
Yeah.
Now, if, Special Black Incorporated wants to invest some money into
We
the
are available.
BGKH show,
We
then
are
we will
receptive.
we will
We have Cash
expand
App,
it
Venmo,
right.
PayPal.
Right.
We
We
don't take checks
we
unless they're
don't
certified.
take sex in exchange for none of that. We do take cashable money,
checks.
but yes.
Certified. Cashiers.
but
Anyway, so
but yes, so
because we ain't talked about none of the shit that's on this list, but it's fine.
No,
It's
okay.
fine.
But so anyway, so I mean, my thing is, for me, it became a thing of like I see this every single day.
James Johnson said Cooley High, which again I've never seen, but you know what I have seen? I'm sorry.
Cochise? You don't even know what Cochise is? Are you
I
kidding
know
me?
that he
You
died.
don't know Cochise? Oh Lord, Cochise! You don't know Cochise? Lord.
I know that Cochise died, but I do not know.
You don't realize in one of the most iconic scenes where the girl was having a party and she said, "Stop! I'm gonna break free."
What is that?
She was having a party in the house, and her mom had this new china cabinet,
Mhm.
and the top of it, I've heard my grandmother call it a break
A break
front.
front, uh-huh.
So they were fighting, they were having a party. She was like, "Stop! I'm gonna break front!" Like she was literally trying to like not have it, and a fight broke out. They broke that motherfucker. She was just
Latex.
listen. She got all fucked up. She was just it was a mess. But anyway, that was, and it was that movie. Even at a young age, I cried like nobody's business because it was so sad,
Yeah.
so sad. And I thought that what's his face was kind of what's his name, who played the Jackson's father?
Lawrence Fishburne?
Not Lawrence Fishburne. No,
Leon?
not he was in Cooley. I mean, he was in Welcome Back, Kotter.
The black guy, yes.
Yes.
Yes, was in yeah.
Lawrence Michael.
Yeah, that
whatever.
guy. Mhm.
Yes, and he was. Listen, that was some good old eye candy. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, how you doing?
What other? Listen, we got like 10 minutes. So what other black movies?
Let's see. We talked about. So one of my favorite, and this is a personal favorite of mine because it brings back memories of my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the movie for lots of reasons, but Sparkle, the original.
Oh,
What?
I have not seen Sparkle.
How do you? Ah!
I know the song.
But some of the songs that's actually on the soundtrack
Mm-hmm.
that were in the movie are some of the best songs.
Yeah.
And so yeah. But anyway, that movie I enjoyed it. I remember.
Oh, Dreamgirls, of course. You know.
Dreamgirls was good.
I listen. That's another movie. If Dreamgirls comes on, the rest of the day is a wrap until it goes off.
I remember sitting. Anybody from Philadelphia? I remember sitting in the Erlin Theater on Cheltenham Avenue, and it was one of these theaters that was on its way down. It was broke down, and they had like a rodent problem out of nobody's business. Well, I had to sit in the movie theater with on the seat with my feet Indian style because I knew when the lights went out, I didn't know what the fuck was going on down there. But I watched that movie. It was amazing.
Yes.
Yay. But Dreamgirls was really good.
Mhm.
So what else?
You know another movie I haven't seen? I've never seen Car Wash. Like a lot of these movies from the 70s, I just never got around to seeing, and then
So you
know,
have no idea when the whole the Pointer Sisters singing "You Got to Believe," you got to believe in something.
I have not seen that. So
Why not believe in me? And I forget which Pointer Sister it is, but she had this little mushroom haircut like Judy did from The Facts of Life, and she's shaking his head. But she was in it. She was like, "You got to believe." Amazing.
yeah, not.
Oh, amazing. And Richard Pryor is a damn clown. He played the preacher in this movie. Clown. The whole story behind "I'm Going Down" with the hooker, and she's
And this is in.
car wash.
Oh,
The entire movie, she's.
I'm Going Down is from the car wash. I'm going down.
It was in.
Really, I
it was
did
in-
not know.
well,
I've never seen that
Rolls
movie.
Royce made. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's on the sound. I mean, if it was made before and then put on the soundtrack, or if it was made exclusively for the movie, but it's on the
You
soundtrack.
know, I met a bitch one day that was like, this is why young people piss me off sometimes, right? So listen. We were having some sort of a conversation, and this hoe had the nerve to come out their mouth and say, I don't understand why these people remade Mary J. Blige's song, talking about I'm Going Down. I was like, if you get the fuck,
The whole story behind. I'm gonna ignore that whole comment. The whole story behind.
just for the peace.
Yeah, I just can't because I can't. She was a hooker, and it was a John that she had, and so she kept calling me the entire time, and she would get on the phone, and she'd be like, "Hello, can I speak to Joe? He not dead." So
So I'm about to
entire
make a
movie-
list. We're gonna have to have like a Negro movie night like this weekend or something.
That's definitely one of those things you have to pay attention to and watch. It was funny, and then the Superfly, yeah, it was. Yeah. But so Car Wash, I can't believe I haven't seen Car Wash. Do I have that? I think I do
I
have.
hope
a
it'll be like
Car
on
Wash.
Netflix or something.
Probably, but I think I actually have a DVD somewhere of like Car Wash. I think.
Mhm.
But anyway, what else? So for most people, the whole Roots and all that saga.
Yeah, we're talking about movies, not television series.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We're gonna do television series next week. So next week is television series. I guess the week after is
We can
going
do
to be music has to be 2 episodes because one has to be like.
So we can do the 2 weeks after for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, music will be the last
Music
2 weeks. So, but next week will
Music
be.
makes me lose control.
be,
Music makes me lose control.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So back to.
So
movies.
what other movie? Cornbread Earl and Me.
What? What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna need anybody out there that have seen any of these movies. Please help
This is
me
like
out.
a legitimately a movie
This
called
is a-
Cornbread Earl
And
and
yes,
Me?
it stars Lawrence Fishburne. Listen, this is
I've
how
never heard of this
this
movie.
is how old it is. Lawrence Fishburne was almost a child.
I had legitimately never heard of a movie called Cornbread Earl and Me. Like, it's a difference between movies that I haven't seen but know what they are. I've literally never heard of this movie before. And yes, Tyra, I saw your post. You will get information on where to see the Wet Pocketbooks perform next week. Yeah, we can talk about that later because, we got a show.
I know, but I'm going to show you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so he is young.
Yes.
Let's see. What's Love Got to Do with is that's a black movie,
It is.
which I like, but I mean I wouldn't put that in my top.
It was funny though, the beginning where she was fighting with the little girl about her hair being dyed, and then she was like, you need your ass beat. They put they were giving her a perm, and
Yeah.
her hair started falling out. She was like,
Oh yeah, that's why she. He's.
I've been warning you for months. You've been late. You've been mean. You're getting fatter all the time. You're
Now you lied, I've never been so thin. You're lying, because you're knocking off that piece who thinks he's better than everybody. She ain't better than anybody. She ain't nothing but common.
Now, who you calling Common Miss Everyway?
Nope.
Laurel's not important.
That was not Laurel. That's
that was
Dina.
Dina. No, that wasn't Dina. That was Beyonce. Dina played Beyonce.
That's what I'm saying, Dina.
But
Those
no,
lines were being said.
No, but she was talking to the. I'm sorry.
No, she was. She
You're
was
right.
calling.
You're right.
Dina.
You're right. I'm sorry. Because I was thinking she had a moment with what's her face with Sharon Leon.
Whatever the girls.
Yeah,
the new
I'm sorry. I
girl.
was thinking about her. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she was like, yeah. She's like, wait a minute. You too, little sister.
You too, now, little sister.
Yeah.
This snow job is as much your sin. Look at me. Look at me. How much did you put out to get in?
But did you see Car Wash?
Rude.
Did you see?
Anyway, you know what?
Cooley High.
Speaking of Janitalia, Poetic Justice was actually when she was walking next to the postal truck with Tupac, and she lost her shoe, and then she was heel toeing it with the one shoe.
She was like,
Yeah, right. But she refused. And then the scene.
Regina King was funny as shit.
And then the scene in the beauty shop, she was like, "You smell that? That's my what does she say?
No,
Next
she
time
said, "You want to smell my punani?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "That was a good girlfriend that did that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's time to wrap this up. So we've gone as far as we can with this foolishness. So
But no, and so we have an announcement.
yes.
The Wet Pocketbooks
Yes.
will be making a performance
Mm-hmm.
on the 16th of February.
Yes.
We will be at the Night Shift, which
in
is
Baltimore.
in Baltimore.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Right, where you can come and have big fun.
With the Wet Pocketbooks. We actually
That's
gonna
what-
have.
I think that's
Yes. First of all, I want to send a shout out to one of the pledges of Onyx. Well, all of the pledges
Yes.
of Onyx Mid Atlantic, but specifically to Sam McLemore, who made that fabulous promo.
Thank you,
Listen, we
Sam.
were just standing in the living room, and Sam was like, "I got this in post," and I thought he was like bullshit.
I was like,
"Bro,
come
just give me
on."
the photos back," and then he comes back with this full.
It was a full-on
Produced-
emotion. Somebody said it was like Emotions album cover, and I was
Right,
like,
I
"Come
was
on,
like-
Emotions!"
Right, I was like, "Oh."
Listen,
okay.
our photo shoot was like quick, fast, and in a hurry, but it was fun. But again, Sam, you did your thing on it, so
Yes,
I appreciate
so
that.
thank you. So yes, so February 16th, we'll get the exact time at the Night Shift in Baltimore. So
Yeah, it's-
more details will
Yeah.
be forthcoming next week. So Tyra, get it together, honey, because I don't want to.
Tyra, you coming?
Yes.
Tyra, girl, if
Tyra
you coming,
Nicole Oliver.
Tyra Nicole Oliver, if you are coming, we will make sure that there is a seat for you down in front.
Exactly.
Tyra Nicole Oliver.
Exactly.
It has been said.
Now, as long as you pay your fare, just be clear.
That's all we can do. Now
Right.
we
We
can
can
get
reserve
you right.
a seat
We
once
can't
it's
just
been
walk in,
paid
right.
for. So
Other than that,
right.
yeah. So it's noted, it's duly said and noted and notarized and on film and on video and
Yes.
it's immortalized and that's where we are. So Tyra Nicole, we expect to see you there.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, all right. The BGKA show streams live on www.voxwave.com, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Search for Vox Power 373 and don't forget to subscribe. You can also find us on SoundCloud and Snapchat. And currently, we are able to host a live studio audience. So please come and join us. But if you can't be in the audience, you can always call in at 240-719-2560.
One more again.
240-719-2560.
One more again.
240-719-2560. All right. Epic, how can the viewers get in contact with you?
You can look for me and you can reach me by railway. You can reach me by trailway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how you get there. Just get there if you can.
Yes.
But if you can't do that, you can find me on Facebook. You can look for me as Epic Onyx on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx, and you can also find me on Twitter at Epic Onyx1. How can I reach you, Dominion?
Call me.
If you need someone to talk to,
Call me.
satisfaction guaranteed.
Call me.
If you need someone to talk to,
Call me. Yes. So, at Dom Onyx on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/Dom Onyx, and www.domonyx.com. So, thank you all for joining us.
Yes.
God bless you.
And good night, because I'm going to bed. At 5:30,
Right.
come a little early, and I'm ready for bed right now.
I know. God bless your ministry. Good night.
Mwah. Hey, Wayne. What's up, Brian?
Shit, I had 113 comments on my stream.